down, head down, head down, head down, down, more than that, head down, head down, head down, head down, head down, come on, head down, head down, head down, head down, head down, head down, come here, head down, head down, there you go, good, that's right, there you go, here's the right page, head down, head down, there you go, ready, head down, good job, good job, this took you a minute, didn't it, huh, head down, good job, see how he was such an example of if you just go back to how he learned it, then he says, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, that page, good boy, because he hasn't learned it to where he maintains it for a full circle, so maybe that would be my goal today. While I'm down here. Head down, head down, head down, head down, yeah, good. Head down, head down, good boy. Head down. Hold on, I'm going to get that. You're trying so hard. There's one fighting goes on, yeah. Good. Good boy. Yes, that's right. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Head down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Good boy. Good. Head down. Head. Good boy. Good boy. He does actually bang himself in the cheek sometimes. It's just kind of funny. It's just overcheating. Head down. Head down. Good. 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 Oh. I hear Barbara. Did she start? Back. Nope. Back. But thank you. Good. But nice override too. So he had all the lean in the world to go that way, but he waited for instructions, which was fantastic. Now you can go that way. Good job. So I want him to get out there and put his head right down. He hears his mommy's voice, so he might not. Head down. Good job. Head down. Head down. I know it's your girlfriend, but head down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Hi. Head down. That's okay. Head down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Try harder. Head down. Head down. Try harder. Remember? All the way down. Head down. Head. Head down. Head down. Head down. Yeah. All the way. Head down. Good. All the way. Head down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Nope. Nope. That's good. Good. Head down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Say, Mommy, I was doing it really good the other way. Good. Head down. All the way. Head down. Good. Good. Okay. So all I did was sort of warm him up to remind him. Huh? Yep. Oh, yeah, I don't normally videotape you. I don't normally videotape you. I just happen to still have it on. I can turn it off. Oh, that's my friend Morgan there. This is Barbara. And Pancho. Hi, Pancho. How are you doing there, buddy boy? Hello. How are you? Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll always start it off as a back away so that he knows that the game is beginning. So you're gonna wiggle the rope in front of him. So if you stand in front of him about 3 feet, right? Yep, there. Now drop all the rope except for the leather piece out of your hand. Yep. Then you're gonna point at him and you're gonna tell him to back up. And you're gonna wiggle your finger at him to back up. Yeah. Now you're gonna stay where you are, and you're gonna do that with that hand is gonna be in holding the rope. So you're gonna hold the rope in your hand, and then you'll have your. Okay. So the rope is in your hand that you're pointing. Yep. Back up. Back up. Back. Yep. Now wiggle it to where it's wiggling underneath of him now. Yep. Back. Good. And stop for a second. Just kind of took a minute to get it. Good boy. Good boy. Ask him for another first step, so same thing, you don't know, you stay there, he's gonna back another step away from you. Back, 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 back. Yep, now wiggle it so it starts to wiggle underneath that. Back, 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 back. Yep, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle till he does it. Yep, don't let him dictate whether or not he's being told what to do. Back, 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 back. Yep, so now wiggle so it causes the snap to move even. Back, yep, back, 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 back. Yep, so you're just gonna, here, I'll show you real quick. Okay, so I even just hold this little piece here. You're just gonna wiggle. Yep, and you're gonna cause it snap to move your back. Back. And you're gonna give him a look like, I think you need to move.
Oh, yeah, and then
Good.
I'm gonna go get spray.
Okay.
I see it on the leg.
Okay.
Oh, is she getting fly spray?
Yeah, yep. Oh.
So we've been working a head down with him too, right?
Yep, he has it real good to the left, I think, or yeah.
With lunging?
Yeah, yep. No, he has it. Which way was he going real good?
I think it's
To the left?
You'll find out in a minute. Where did he get an injury?
His right humeral ball. So he got kicked in the shoulder basically and fractured it. So he's on stall rest for like 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's doing pretty
Head down.
well.
He is, but
Head down. Head down.
you know, after he's out for a while walking around,
Head down.
he does start to get a little
Good
gimpy.
boy, good boy. Head down. Good. Good boy. There you go. Good job. Good job. Head down.
So we have a couple horses we're trying to teach them to walk their head down to build their back muscles up.
Good job. Good job. Okay? Hey. You don't know that?
So Kirsten, you said that your horses do that at a trot.
They
Do you have to?
cannons, yeah.
Do you have to like practice? Do you have to teach it anew each time you change the? No, they already know it from.
No, but if I try to advance it to a different gait, and it's not working, then I go back down to the speed it did work.
Right.
Just
Okay.
like if it doesn't work at a walk, we go back to doing it at a standstill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But as soon as I send my horses up in the circle, that's the first thing they do. Because I have no reason to lunge my horses. The only reason I ask them to do that is to stretch their top line. Say thank you, Mom. Okay, so you're going to stand about 3 feet in front of them, and then you're going to ask them to back 1 step away from you. So it's a side-to-side wrist action. Yep. Like this. Yep, there you go. So take one of the backs out of, so instead of back, just go back. Yep, there you go. Yep. That stays. So you're gonna do this not in rhythm with your backs. You're just gonna not say as many backs. Yep, so now you're gonna make it wiggle in front of him. Yep. You're gonna give him a look like, pretty good at like top. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so, but now this gives me an opportunity to point something out. So, tons of inconsistency, right? So he has no reason to learn it, okay? But if you were to say back, and then you took it up, but never changed, then you go, whoa, okay. You're bargaining, right? You're like, well, maybe. Hey, I got an idea. Okay? He has no reason to learn it. Okay, so what we're going to do is once we initiate it, okay, I always equate it with pulling out at a stop sign. Once you've made the decision to pull out at the stop stop sign in front of that car, you're not gonna change your mind midway through, right? Commitment. So we wanna make sure that we make that commitment to him. So as soon as we initiate the cue, no matter what it takes, until he does at least one step backwards, you can't quit. But don't mix it up. So like back is back, not back up. Back up, Pancho. Back up, sweetie. Back, 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 back. Right? We want to make sure that it just stays a consistent back, and we turn the volume up, not turn it off ever. Okay. Go ahead and begin. Yep. Yep. And stay steady with your yep, it's a rhythmic. So that has to stay rhythm. Yep. Now get a little bit louder as you get under, as the rope gets under him, starts to move. Get a bit, you don't have to, your voice doesn't have to get louder, just the rhythm gets louder. Yep, now you're gonna make the snap move. Rhythm getting louder. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate how much louder it can get, because I know you're wanting to, you know, give cupcakes. So I want to make sure that you can see the difference between. It's okay. So
It's
this is
harder
best
than it
deal, right?
looks.
Here's the best deal. He's not responding. So I'm saying, okay, I still need you to back. Nope, still not responding. I still need you to back. Still not responding. So now, while he's still not responding, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a tail here. Back. Good. So it took him a long time to get it. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he did get it. So my stopping was what released the energy. By releasing the energy, he has an opportunity to learn. So then they lift and shoot. Okay? So I'm going to ask him to back up again. Best deal is still right here. No energy on him at all. Now I'm going to say, I still think you should back up. Back. Back. Forward. At me. Wrong answer. So then I'm going to tell him, I think you really should. So I'm going to give him the best deal again. When my body changes, he should say, oh, wait, I didn't like how you did that last time. Okay? But what happens is people get stuck in this. And for some reason, they don't think that's meaner than just giving them a shot in the chest that says, oh, I get it. So one shot in the chest versus weeks of this is not fair. You know, so to me, I would rather say, look, let me solidify this for you. So best deal, best deal, best deal. Now my body's going to change, and he doesn't make me get to that point. Okay? So go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and ask him again. So it's, the look on your face has to be one like you're mad and you need your own space and somebody just came barging in your door and you're just like, get out! Right? The look on your face has to be like you're absolutely upset that somebody just came in through your door and went. Go ahead and gently ask. Yep. Yep. Start turning up the volume now. So as you turn up the volume, it gets a little bit more rhythmic and a little bit more loud. Yep. 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 Make the snap move. Now, get prepared to take a step out. Oh, good. Now stop. Good. And the nice thing about the way these ropes is that they give him the release he needs in the instant that he did it correctly. Okay, go ahead and ask him for another step back. So always start off the best. The best deal is just wiggling your finger. Then you gradually turn the volume up as, yep. Yep. So he's not responding. So now do it like in counts of 3. Okay, I gotta turn the volume up again. You're still not hearing me. Okay, I guess I have to turn the volume up again. You're still not hearing me. Yep, yep. Now snap. Take the snap move. Yep, yep. Take a step at him like I think you need to. Yep, keep going. Don't change anything about the rhythm. There, good, stop. Good. So we're gonna ask for another one. Yep, best deal first. Yep. Then count to 3. Turn the volume up. Turn the volume up. Turn the volume up. Turn the volume up. Take a step at him. Yep, be prepared to never. Yep. Keep going, keep going. We need to step back. One of those has to move. Good, now stop. Good. Now, have you ever played a game with your husband where you get the tip of a towel, like a hand towel wet, and twirl it around, and you give him a little shot in the butt? Okay. That's what you're going to imagine you're doing with the end of that rope, and your target is here. If you hit him on the outside of the shoulders, you're going to cause him to feel away. So your target is dead center of his chest. anywhere beside that, if you give him to him over here in his neck, you're gonna cause him to yield his head and his neck away, possibly his feet. If you go towards his shoulder, you're gonna cause him to yield his shoulder away and possibly his feet. Okay, so if you have to turn, if you turned up the volume all the way up and it's not banging around there and he's still not doing it and you're at the point you need to take it up where you're taking a step at him, I always hold like my back of my hand is going to come towards him. I'm going to give him that snap towards the center of his chest. And, obviously you make sure you step in there and don't accidentally just snap it at his nose. So you want to make sure that you get enough clearance where your arm will pass his nose and you won't accidentally hit him in the nose. Once you give him the confirmation that it's kind of like having a gun on your side, where you go, I got this, I'll use it, I have to. So that's what holding the rope out of your hand, this little piece of rope out of your hand will be. That'll be your, I'm telling you, I got this, I have to use it. And then you only have to usually show him once if you're willing to use it. So I always hang about 12 inches out of my hand, so that way I have enough support, and then I hold it where the topper piece is sticking out of my thumb. So the other way. Yes. So that way when you go like that, yep. Start off. Real best deal is no energy, just your body language. Now count to 3, turn it up. Count to 3, turn it up. Count to 3, turn it up. Take a step at him. Okay. One more step at him, and now you're going to flip him in the chest. I'm not kidding. Yep, there. Now flip him alone. Now ask him again. So sometimes when it takes him a hard time, sometimes it's easier to not let him soak on it. So go ahead and, yep. Yep. Turn it up. Turn it up. And stop. Good. And that was a very deliberate step backwards. So those are the things that you need to almost do the gold stars for. He didn't just go drag his back like, oh, okay, whatever. He said, oh yeah, I'll step backwards. So that was his way of confirming I get it. Okay, go ahead and ask him again. First start off much lighter than that. Yep. Yep. Turn it up. Turn it up. It doesn't matter that he's got a fly on him. If he's got a fly on him and he's got low man on the totem pole, that fly is not going to take priority over his boss. Yep. 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 Go ahead and take a step at him. Good. And stop. Go ahead and ask for another one. Yep. Yep. So, yep. Turn up the volume. So we're going to go through the stages a little faster. Yep. 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 And stop. That was, he kind of got away with using it as a bug-related thing, but we're going to give it to him. Okay, go ahead and ask for another one. Yeah. Yep, go through the phases, Doesn't matter if he's not paying attention. Again, if you're the boss horse, you're the most important. Yep. Yep. Get the snap moving now. Yep. Yep. Step up in there. There you go. Good. See, now you didn't even have to offer your support. Good. So once you get to where you're able to do this from just the slightest movement, he will back up until you're done wiggling your finger. So you could start here, backing into that corner, or even back into the other end of the arena just by wiggling your finger. But right now, he's in the elementary stages of it. So it's one step at a time. So we never get greedy. And we never start saying, well, no, now you can back everywhere I want you to go, right? So when I start them out on a circle, that's the first thing I do. That tells them the game begins. I also have a game ending. So this way, they never have to wonder. Because often when people lunge horses, they get them in there and then they go, shh, go, 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 go. Now they didn't know the game began, right? Until they're out on the circle. And then, so there's a little gray communication there. This, you back them away. They ask you a question when they put both ears forward at you. And they're saying, well, what would you like me to do from here? And you say, I'd like you to go this way, or I'd like you to go that way. And then you give them a go cue to let them know their feet have to get involved. Because when you can point in the direction you want them to go, I want my horses to know the difference between, I said, cross over your feet and point, but don't go anywhere. I want my horses to know the difference between cross over, point, and go. So I always make sure that if you're asking him to go out in a circle, remind yourself before you get mad at him, did I tell him to go? Okay. Then, when he's done, what we'll do, he doesn't know it, because I just tried to do it with him, and he doesn't know it, he doesn't know the hind yield. So the hind yield would be game over. And that would be where you end him standing there looking at you while you're still standing in the middle of the circle, but you've tilted your head to cause him to yield his tail away, and he stays out on the circle, and he waits for further instructions out there. Because a lot of times horses crowd you. Or in a case like that horse Harley, he's so scared, you know, he's got confidence issues, that when he's told he's done, he's good. Oh, okay. So we want to make sure that they don't crowd you even for the most honest reasons. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, the cool thing is that horses, when we ask the horse to go out on a circle, it seems logic, okay, if I'm standing in front of your horse and I say, I want you to go that way, it seems logical that I'm going to put you that way. It's actually not logical to your horse. Your horse will, if you have a line on him, your horse will come right to you. So watch what that looks like to him. Where am I taking your horse? Here. I'm taking him. But if you, here he is, if you point, like you're telling him to look over his shoulder, you can point like, hey, look over there. You want him to literally bend and look that way. Because you want, when you tell him to go up the circle, you put him out in the circle. His hind feet are on his circle. So now you want to tell him, I need your front end to join you. So the way you do that is you get him to look back behind himself and walk his front end out onto the circle. So we want to tell him to look behind himself. So where we would point is, I would point at that corner beam, or I would point at, say, this, like, brace beam here that's holding the door open, okay? Those are the directions that I would point. I wouldn't even, back up, back. So go ahead and ask him to back out into here. Back. Good. Good boy. So we also want to make sure that we always work on their respect about personal space, right? We don't want him to crowd, even if it's just because he got tired of standing there. So then we're going to point. Now, when we do that, there's no tension on that line at all. We're actually just offering him direction. Back. Yep, go ahead and tell him back. Yep, he's going to creep right after that. Good. There you go. See? Good. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. So I'm going to show you what it looks like just so that you can see. So the difference here is I'm going to point, say, at that corner. Well, actually, he's better that way? Okay. So I'm going to point at this piece here. So literally, I'm just giving him a sense of direction. I'm asking him to turn his nose, okay? So by telling, it's me saying, hey, look over there. Well, what? Now, what he does when he turns his head for me is he exposes his shoulder. By exposing his shoulder, now I have a pressure point. I have a place that I can put energy to tell him, now I'd like you to move that. So I'm going to tell him to back up, because he did take advantage. Back. Good. So I'm going to tell him, look over there. And as soon as he exposes the shoulder, I'm going to tell him he needs to look over there. So I'm going to give a little energy towards his nose to say, excuse me, you need to look over that way. As soon as he exposes his shoulder, I'm going to tell him to go. And I'm going to leave him alone. Because I want him to just go. I'm not going to nag at him. I'm not going to tell him he's doing anything wrong unless he asks me a question. Now, when we put our horses out on a circle, they don't know we have 20 minutes in mind. They don't know we have 20 laps in mind. So he's going to sit and ask. Every time he asks, just be prepared to answer him. Good boy, right, good boy, head down. Go ahead and put your head down. You're doing it right. Good job. Good. So I'm going to tell him, which I didn't teach him, so I'm going to get up close to do it. I'm going to teach him, well, let him pass this mountain block first. And I'm going to teach him to yield his hind end. Because I did not teach him that big. I didn't teach him to where I could just give him a key. So that's game over. So now we've done game to begin, game over. Okay? This way he knows he's done. Now this is game over. Now he can cock a leg and be like, or he could stand there and say, what else would you like me to do? And then maybe you want to invite him into you. When you watch horses out on a herd, the lead horse the bottom horse never grooms on the lead horse. The lead horse is the only one allowed to initiate grooming on every horse. Okay? So if your horse tries to groom on you or crowds you, he's telling you he thinks he's above you. Because he's saying, but I can groom for you. Okay? So instead, you always want to make sure that there's a definite line there where you tell him to stay there until I tell you further, and then I might invite you in. Now, by my invitation, I'm saying you can come in and visit with me. And then I'm going to stand up and say, but that's far enough. Okay? And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to groom on him. I'm not going to let him get in my space and dictate whether or not he's grooming on me. And that'll keep those lines very crisp between relationship of I'm the boss, you're the boss. Because that's the only part about being the boss that is like to me when people say, oh, you gotta show me who's the boss. No, you do have to show me who's the boss, but not in the way that people mean. Like you don't have to get rough, you just have to make sure the lines are clear. Okay, so why don't you keep forgetting which way he's good? That way. Okay. So go ahead and ask him to take one step back from you, and then we're gonna send him on the circle to so all the rope down on the ground. Yep. Good. Yep. Turn it up so go through your phases pretty quickly. Yep. 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 Get in there. He's not responding, so get in there. First step. Yep. Get in there. Good. Now stop. Good. Now let him just take a second. Good. Now you're gonna point at like the B with your left hand. And you're going to leave 12 inches hanging in your right hand for support. So you're gonna take your hand down. Okay, so drop this. Yeah, nope. Switch hand. Yep, switch hand. Yep, there you go. Good. Now, there you go. Okay, so that hand's just going to point to the B. And then you're going to encourage him gently by asking if he's awfully close again. We're going to ask him to move his knees that way. And now he's exposed his shoulder, so now you're going to tell his shoulder. So give his energy. No, you don't move. No, you stay there. Now you're going to tell his shoulder. You're going to swing it up and yep, like a fan. Yep. And you're going to kiss and tell him to go. Good. And now beam low. Beam low. And all you're going to do is just watch him go around. You should put his head down for you. Yep. You stay there. Don't you go anywhere. If he slows down for his own personal reasons, you're just going to say, I think you need to keep going. Don't back up, because if you back up, you're going to draw him into you. Backing up is always a draw, whether it's backing up or pulling your hip away. Go ahead and put your hand back up to go. Yep, so use the hand that has attached to his nose, use your hand that, put the rope in that hand that's pointing. Put the rope in the hand that's pointing. There you go. No, don't flip. Okay, so wait. Wait, no, you, wait. So, what did that look like, do you think? No. When you were trying to encourage him to keep going, and the rope did a floppy, what do you think that looked like to him? Yeah. So it would have also been stopped. So we want to make sure that we don't punish him for doing exactly what we told him to do. No, I just didn't want him to get punished for doing exactly what we told him to do. Good. Okay. Go ahead and send him back away. Because we're going to start over. So the rope that you have to be able to wiggle it to where it touches his nose. So you're wiggling it in your own hand. So drop the other hand. Okay, no, yeah, there you go. Yep. Yep. Okay, go up in the phases. Yep. Yep. Don't stop wiggling though, because that's his cue. That's his actual cue. You bringing out the support is to support your cue. Yes. But when you went to do that, that stopped. We don't want that to stop. We want him to respond to that only. So if you stop that and then change it, you just like ended one conversation and started it, yeah. So it's this. It's hard, but we can do it. Yeah? Yeah? Yep, so go up in your phases. Yep, even if he's got a bug, it's nothing to do with it. Yep. Good, stop. Good. Now, where would you, based on what I've just told you, where would you point to tell him to go out on the circle to the left? To what? Just describe it. Yep. Yep. So you're going to point with the other hand, though, because the hand that is leading him has to, yeah, there you go. The hand that's attached to his nose is the hand that's leading. So we need to make sure that we're able to talk to his nose if necessary. Good. Make sure you have 12 inches for support. Just going to suggest, don't move. Stay right where you are. Suggest his nose changes direction. Yep. Once he exposes the shoulder, yep, now put your energy on his shoulder. Don't you move. Don't you move. You stay right there. Now, the cool trick with the rope, too, is, that's what I use that rope. I'm just going to show you. So I don't want you to move. So obviously if you only have 12 inch, oh boy. If you only have 12 inches, then how are you gonna reach him if you're not gonna move? Well, open your hand. Okay? And then you can just reel it right back in. Okay, so this way you can say, yep, and then you want to leave him. I'm going to tell him to do it again, even though he doesn't really know it, but he's not going to do that. Yep. Okay. We're going to ask him to back up again. We had a game interruption. So now, like you blow the whistle, it means the game needs to start again. So we're going to start all the way from the beginning. What? Yep, yep, keep going. You tricked me. Yep, yep. Get in there. There you go. Good, good. See, and the look on his face was a little concerned. I was concerned because, oh my gosh, she really, yeah, she, wait a minute, who are you, right? That's the look he had. Like, oh, okay, my bad. So that's good. You want him to have, and then you can always, they're so forgiving. Yeah. You can always say, yeah, but we're going to go graze together now, buddy. Because, you know, when he gets kicked by a horse out in the field or whatever, they want to be friends 5 seconds later. Exactly. So we want to make sure that he knows that you're still his partner, but you needed him out of your space. Okay. Pick a direction while you're going to go to the left. So where would you point? Nope. Nope. Yep. But your leading hand is the other hand. Yep. You're right. Yep. Exactly. So now, yes. You can even stretch it out, like put your arms, like spread your arms apart and let the rope get long with you. Yep. There you go. Now, go ahead and tell him to turn his nose that way. We're going to kiss to let him know he's supposed to do something with his feet. Yep, yep. Excellent. Good job. Now you just had a conversation with him. You just said, I'd like you to go out on that circle to the left. And he said, okay, happy to comply. Now, the other trick is don't nag at him. You're going to put your hands down to your side and allow him to just do his job. You just watch him. Be pretty. If he asks you a question by stopping, you're just going to raise your hand. Before you give all the verbal support, just raise your hand and say, I'd like you to keep going, please. Because like I said, they don't know that we have a 20-minute lesson in mind. They don't know we have 20 laps in mind. So he's going to ask, if we're not good, and you say, oh, you know what, I'd really like you to keep going. Nope, don't nag at him, he's still going. So you don't want to nag at him, we want to leave him alone. Unless he stops or if he asks you a question. Now you just raise your hand and say, I'd like you to keep going. Just raise your hand in the pointing forward. Yep, yep. And then you would even raise it. You would raise, yep, so that way he knows that you're saying, I'd like you to keep going. We add so much more noise to our conversations with our horses than necessary. Yep, say, okay, keep going. Now he asks, so yep, you're going to just point and put energy on his shoulder. So you're not done, sorry, you're not done. Yep, energy on his shoulder. Keep pointing, you're not pointing, he doesn't know where to go. There you go. See, one thing that was missing is why he couldn't do it. Okay, stop nagging at him, he's going. Only time you're going to get active is if he asks you a question. So like right now, he stopped. So raise your hand. Nope, don't wiggle, because wiggle will tell him to stop. You're going to just raise your hand and say, I'd like you to keep going. So kind of think of yourself as an usher. Walk this way, please. Put your hand down now and let him be neutral. There you go. But until he does something different than what you've asked for, you leave him alone. So now he's asking, so raise your hand. Put your energy on his shoulder. There. Now you just told him, yeah, thank you for asking me, but we're going to keep going another lap. If you back up, you're going to draw him to you, so don't back up. You can drive him out of your space. You don't have to get out of his. Good. So I haven't taught him, so I can't really teach you how to stop him. But we can give it a shot. You're going to take the rope that's in your left hand. Well, he's going to do it anyway. So, yep, ask him to go. Ask him to go. Don't wiggle. Don't wiggle. Energy on his shoulder. Tell him to go. Good. Leave him alone. Good. So I'm not going to be able to really walk you through it. Just give him a little bump on the nose and look at his tail and see if he'll yield his tail away. Give him a little wiggle on the snap there. Yep. Yep. Good. Good. And wiggle so he doesn't come all the way into you. Yep. Ask him to take a step back. teach him to yield, so that way I can teach you how to do it. Okay, so, I know, you're going to do it anyway? Okay. Okay, so I just taught her. Okay, so I'm going to tilt my head like I got water in my ear. I'm going to ask him to turn his tail away from me, and I want that hind leg to cross under his belly. Okay?
We did that one time.
Okay, okay, so I'm going to ask him to back away. I expect a little more crispness from him because we have a little bit more black and white going on between us, so he shouldn't delay so much. Good, good job. So, I'm going to go out like he's on the circle, and I'm going to ask him to yield from a distance. And by me going neutral, as soon as he did it, even though he didn't cross over, is my way of saying he did it right. So I left him alone. I didn't chase him more. So I'm going to ask again, from out here, and tell him, but don't come in here. I'm going to talk to his tail. So now if he was out on a circle, I could cause him to do that out on the circle and have him face me and go, what else would you like me to do? And not be all up in my space. So I'm going to ask him to back away again. Back. Back. And I'm going to ask him to yield again from out here. Tell his front feet not to do anything, and I want his hind feet to move. Good. Good. So now, if I tell him to go out on the circle, good. Good. Out. Out. Good. I should be able to do the exact same thing, stopping his front feet and yielding his hind feet. And now he's there, he's not on top of me, and now I can go visit him. I don't want to deprive him of all the love you want to give him, but you just want to make sure that you're the one at the head of the table. Good boy. Where are we for time?
Yeah, but
12.
What time is it?
12.
Okay. 12:12. So, you got more to do. Good boy. Okay. So, each time, what we're going to do is once he's out on the circle, instead of nagging at him to keep going, we're going to tell him to put his head down. Because that's the part that we've worked on. So we want to make sure that while we're working on this, while we're working on teaching your good boy. Now, remember I just said if you back up, you draw them to you? That's what I just did. That's why he came to me, or came towards me. Because I was backing away to get out of your way. So, I'm glad you didn't, but you could have potentially said, hey, it would have been, I was the last one at the controls. So, he's still minding me, yeah. Good. So we always need to stop and go, oh, did I say something that I don't realize I said? Before we make them wrong. Yeah. So if he followed me again, it would make, so, but he didn't. Okay, go ahead and ask him to back away. Right now, it's whatever hand you're comfortable, but whatever hand's wiggling has to be the one that makes snap wiggle. Just one word. So not back up, not back away, just back, back, back. When he comes forward, you're just going to quickly, when he comes forward, you're going to quickly go where wrong answer needs to be a little more uncomfortable. So when he comes forward, you go from a 2 to a 10. So that way he knows, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This way he doesn't ever get on top of you, even by accident. So go, yep, forward is the wrong answer. We're going to tell him, no, you get back. 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 Yep, turn it up. Turn it up. Get in there. Back. Good. 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 So, you got excited, so your backs got very fast together. Back. So, we're going to try to, and trust me, there's so much, it seems like, now look. It seems like we're doing nothing and probably very boring to watch, but there's so many mechanical skills involved in this. Yes, and they're all the pieces that we want him to digest and be able to, so he just told us this has all been interesting. He's like, oh, I bet you a lot. Okay, so try to keep the rhythm of your voice as one word and in intervals. Imagine that you're a windshield wiper that only goes on every couple of seconds. Okay? But your hand can get, so it's a lot of, I do a lot of this, but I do a do a lot with my voice, and then this, so it's a lot of different motor skills. Yep. Yep, turn it up. Yep, turn it up. Turn it up. Yep, yep. Oh, good. Good. Now, mark the improvement. All you did was take a step. You didn't have to even get like this. Okay? So we always want to reward that improvement and say, okay, we're getting there because now he's learning what I'm about to do, and he'd rather not have me do that. So that means that he's likely to be able to next time respond to you this way when you rope. If not, you know that you don't have to take it up as loud as you had to. Now you're pinning his ears and he's going, oh, okay. Okay, go ahead and ask him for that one more step. Just that, I want that hind foot. There we go. Good. Yep. 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 Turn it up. So we're gonna go through the phase pretty quickly because we know he knows it. Yep. 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 Get in there. Good. Yeah, kinda. He used the bug as an excuse, but okay. Pick a direction. Now we can go either way. No, you know what? We're gonna stay the way that we're gonna, because we're gonna tell him to do his head down. So point in the corner is where I would point. There. Yep. Tell his nose to go that way. So don't you walk around, because now you just got yourself out of the position that made sense. Yep, tell his nose. Tell his shoulder. We need a go cue. Yep, don't forget to keep pointing in the sense of direction. Yep. Tell his shoulder. Yep. Good. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He needs to know right away that he got the right answer. Don't back up, because you're going to draw him right into you. You back up and draw him right into you. So see how many times you've backed up and he just came in? So if you back up, he's going to come into you. So he's not doing the wrong thing. He's doing exactly what you're asking him to do. Ha 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 ha. So let's just get him out of the circle and then you can stop him. But yeah, unless you think it's an important call, you can stop him. And what that does is when we do take a break, unless, you know, say the importance of it, but if we do take a break from, I just said I was going to pull out in front of somebody in a stop sign, and then I said, oh, wait, let me get my phone. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that once we commit to asking him for something, that we always follow through, because now he doesn't have to take you seriously. Because, yeah, it's like a kid that asks mom for something, and mom says no, mom, right. So he kind of got away with not having to do it. And then they learned that just as easily as children do. So since it's such a big break, we got to start the game over. So it's got to be a backup first. Yep, you're right. Yep. 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 Go ahead and imply that you're going to take a step in there and see what he says to your body. Good. Good. Okay. Choose a direction. Be careful about backing up, or you might bring him. Nope. I would say at least the M. Yep. Don't change out of his position. Yep. Yep. Give him some kind of go-to. He needs to know what to do with his feet. Yep. Yep. Put your energy on the shoulder. Yep. Put your energy on the shoulder. You can step in there a little bit because you're running out of rope. Yep. Tap him on the shoulder if you have to. Keep pointing. Don't forget to keep pointing. Yep. Yep. See how when you pointed it made him think of the direction? Good. So as soon as you picked up the hand and said, oh wait, I'm supposed to point, he said, oh, over there? And you just by supporting him, he said, yes, that's where I want you to go. Good. Put your hand down. You already told him what to do. Good. Yep. Now you can raise it because he's asking. Raise. Don't keep backing up. The more you back up, the more you're going to draw him right into you. You can put your energy out his ribcage and push him away from you. There you go. Good boy. Yep. Okay. Yep. Don't nag at him anymore. Yep. Only if he asks do you do anything else. Okay. Push him forward now. I didn't tell you to stop. Yep. Like a child, you can get distracted, but you just want to say, I didn't tell you to do that.